Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the films that let its actors run wild with ad-libs and unscripted antics.
Hey, let me say something. Let me say something.
Number 5. Obvious. Let Them All Talk. Released at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, director Steven Soderbergh shot this 2020 film aboard the real Queen Mary 2, and the close quarters of the ship really added to the end result.
The work that she did right is groundbreaking. And I think it's important that we all somehow share the work before we go and stand at her grave.
Starring Meryl Streep as an author traveling with her friends and nephew, the movie features a cast of great actors, making up the words as they go. Its conversational dialogue and shoestring production, which uses only natural light and a small crew, is pretty clear from the get-go.
You know what? It's like polishing the vase when the house is falling down. You don't know.
This is a movie made up of pauses, imperfect language, and the moments when people can't figure out exactly what to say.
Put on my clothes and go next door and have the breakfast scene with Lucas Hedges, you know, sort of my pajamas and a robe that I have here at home. And we'd have breakfast and we'd just talk about what we were supposed to talk about.
Number 5. Surprising. Coherence. This micro-budget science fiction horror story has a lot of ambition. Presenting a dinner party assailed by a passing comet which spins a group of friends' perception of time and space way out of whack, you'd think the script would need to be super precise. Not the case here.
Well, that, and then there's this weird zone that's even darker than the rest of it all.
Oh, we went through that.
Yeah, we went through that. We went through that when we went down there.
What? Okay, well, we need to find out what's going on.
So,
the internet's down.
Well, we can't just sit here. What else? Do you guys have do you have books?
Books on what? Books on comets?
In spite of its twisting narrative and cerebral themes of alternate realities, its actors were given a lot of room to play.
The night can end up being completely different based on these tiny little changes. And a lot of people ask us, how did we keep it all straight? How did we make something without a script that gets so complicated and so twisty, multiple realities to keep track of?
Writer-director James Ward Burkett cast an ensemble with experience in improv. He gave them an overall outline of the plot and characters and let them essentially add all the shading.
We're in a different reality here.
Yeah, we're in a different reality because the reality where I am from, my best friend didn't sleep with my wife.
Hugh, do you not understand what I'm saying? This all started tonight, and if there are a million different realities, I have slept with your wife in every one of them.
Number 4. Obvious. This is Spinal Tap. This mockumentary about an eccentric heavy metal band is more than just an elaborate sketch stretched out into 82 minutes.
But you don't feel that these guys have an effect on an audience? I mean, the kids go to their concert, they have a great time.
But it's a passing thing. I mean, I would never tell them this, but this is a fad.
Co-creators and stars Michael McKean, Christopher Guest, and Harry Shearer are joined by a whole team of actors who were clearly cast based on their ability to improvise. Most of the dialogue was made up on the spot.
Most blokes, be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up,
Yeah.
all the way up. You're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?
I don't know.
Nowhere, exactly. What we do is if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
The whole movie has a very realistic feeling. When you pair that documentary style with the kinds of insane things actually being said in the movie, it becomes even clearer just how loose this whole thing is. There are some lines that come completely out of nowhere. They're so totally authentic that it's hard to imagine anyone would actually sit down and write them.
Do you have any artificial plates or limbs?
Not really, no.
Number 4. Surprising. Wicked.
Get on the train, you're gonna miss it!
I wouldn't want to impose!
It doesn't matter, just come with me!
I couldn't possibly, this is your moment, I'm coming.
The 2024 adaptation of the smash hit Broadway musical has set the box office alight. A big budget musical requires a lot of precision, but that doesn't mean there can't be some room to improvise thought. While it's important to hold space for the work that went into designing these insanely good musical numbers, you might be surprised how free the actors were allowed to be.
I'm so grateful to hear you say that because I ad-libbed a lot of them, and I'm surprised that they made them into the movie. I was really shocked that they made them in, but that's what I'm saying about John. He was just like, play, play, play. And he trusted us so implicitly, so I played, and then I was like, oh my God, they made, wait, I don't remember saying that, and B, it's in the film, that's crazy.
Director John M. Chu kept the camera rolling for takes that went a little off script. Many of them were included in the film and went on to become some of the best moments.
The ones that I know for sure were, I couldn't possibly, this is your moment, I'm coming.
Oh my God.
And that was just like, he was like.
You're selling the movie with that line.
I was so excited. I was like, wait, it made it into a trailer? That's crazy.
Number 3, Obvious, Waiting for Guffman. This Christopher Guest comedy takes the mockumentary style that was so successful in This Is Spinal Tap and gives it a theatrical twist.
It's forcing me to do something I don't want to do, to leave. To go out and just leave and go home and say, make a clean cut here and say, no way, Corky, you're not putting up with these people. And I'll tell you why I can't put up with you people, because you're bastard people.
Set amid the rehearsal process for a small-town musical, Waiting for Guffman saw most of its dialogue created by its cast. And when you have a cast like this, it's hard to argue with the results. In addition to director and star guest, the cast includes Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Parker Posey, and several others.
See a lot of people come in, a lot of people come to the DQ. Burgers, ice cream.
Guest likens the process to making jazz music. Everyone was given a general direction of the piece and what shifts in the story should happen. The whole movie is full of spontaneous magic that only great comic talent and very long takes can produce.
Because when Ron had his surgery...
All right.
When Ron had his surgery, I said, hey, circumcise it while you're at it. You know, just because I'd never been with anyone else. Ron's the only man I've been with.
What surgery did he have? Nothing. I had a little minor corrective surgery. Can we have some coffee at this table, please?
It's not minor anymore.
Number 3, surprising, Blue Valentine. Some breakup movies are heartbreaking, but they often come with a kind of Hollywood romance attached to them. That's not the case with Blue Valentine. Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams take us through a very realistic relationship and follow it through to its tragic and gut-wrenching end.
I've stolen money before, okay? I know what it's like to get busted. That's what it feels like.
Okay.
I didn't steal it. I got a job. Okay? This is my job. All right?
I got it.
I make money.
Okay, I got it.
Money I can take girls out on dates with. Just so you know.
Good to know.
Their connection feels genuine and very lifelike. That may be because the writer-director allowed them to improvise much of their dialogue, and the two prepared for these roles by actually living together for months.
You wanna fight me?
Yeah, I wanna fight you.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, you're back.
It's genuinely shocking how much creative freedom these actors had in this hard-hitting drama. In this movie, it's not jokes that are improvised, it's the pain.
You said for better or worse. You said that. You said it was a promise.
Number 2, Obvious, the 40-year-old virgin.
When I was a little girl, I developed early. By the time I was 14, I had this body you're looking at. Can you imagine that?
I don't want to, no.
Several scenes in Judd Apatow's raunchy romantic comedy about Steve Carell's title character feel like the director just never said cut. In fact, that's exactly how it was made.
It was almost completely improvised, but I sang after that a Guatemalan love song that I didn't tell anybody I was going to do. And it has nothing to do with love, it's about going to a football game.
There are moments when Carell, Seth Rogen, Paul Rudd, and the hysterically funny supporting cast are just riffing for minutes on end. Insults and length descriptions of vulgar acts have never been so funny. One infamous scene sees Carell's character getting his chest waxed. His profanity-laden cries of pain are his own invention.
Freddie Pyle! ¿Cómo se llama? No, Kelly Clarkson!
A lot of the best jokes seem to be the ones that were cut together from different takes instead of taken off the page.
Wax is so viscous that it will rip your nipple off. She did not put the Vaseline on my nipple.
Sweet God.
And she reached down, and somebody had the forethought to say, hold on. It's the only time we cut.
Number 2, surprising, The Blair Witch Project.
This is my home,
Okay. Wow.
which I am leaving the comforts of for the weekend to explore the Blair Witch.
In 1999, horror was changed forever by a found footage movie that purported to be a real-life recording of 3 college students who disappeared while researching the legend of a witch. Its handheld camera, black and white photography, and the realism of its performances made it a sleeper hit.
Hey, we're out of here. I'm leaving.
Come on, turn it off!
I don't want you kicking back in the creek either.
Help! Please help us! Help us!
This is not the way to get out of here.
But for all its ingenious filmmaking, bare-bones thrills, and masterfully crafted tension, the filmmakers behind it only had an outline. The screenplay runs 35 pages. The rest was up to its 3 principal actors, who improvised their dialogue as they filmed their seemingly endless trek through the woods.
I'm scared to close my eyes. I'm scared to open them.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, obvious. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Will Ferrell's narcissistic news anchor was a fountain of strange insults and even stranger verbal tics. A lot of the movie's most iconic moments were spontaneous. While filming, director Adam McKay stuck to the script for a while. Then, once every line of written dialogue had been said, all bets were off.
I love lamp. Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it?
I love lamp.
The scene would continue for more takes, with the actors given more freedom to add, subtract, and rewrite as they saw fit. Much of the movie's most explosive and iconic jokes were born out of this atmosphere.
Because I am good at 3 things: fighting, screwing, and reading the news. Now, I've already done one of those today, so what's the other one gonna be, huh?
Screwing?
I will be in makeup.
In fact, the set came off more like a bunch of comedians trying to make each other laugh than a traditional set. A lot of that fun is present in the final cut.
I thought you were kidding! I thought it was a joke! I even wrote it down in my diary! Veronica had a very funny joke today! I laughed at it later that night!
Number 1, surprising. Jaws. Scenes of savage shark attacks and dangerous sea stunts don't leave much room for spontaneity. However, the actors in Steven Spielberg's terrifying creature feature found room to play when they weren't at the mercy of the notoriously finicky shark animatronic.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Apparently, the shark constantly breaking down may have been what inspired actors Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw to add their own ideas to the constantly changing screenplay.
You want a drink? Drink to your leg? I'll drink to your leg. Okay, so we drink to our legs.
Sharing meals together during the shoot, the 3 would come up with some of their own dialogue. That may explain why the most famous line in the movie was not in the script.
The line, "We're going to need a bigger boat," which has become part of the language for people who are faced with an insurmountable problem.
What movie were you shocked to learn was largely improvised? Let us know in the comments.
And don't tell me you have nothing to wear, because you could wear this.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.